Hello. Today, I would like to introduce Somerset Maugham's masterpiece, The Moon and Sixpence. This work is a novel that depicts the conflict between passion for art and social conventions, and is said to have been inspired by the life of Paul Gauguin. Let's take a look at the story of a man who gave up everything for art. The author, Somerset Maugham, is a British novelist and playwright who is famous for his psychological insight and satirical writing style. He left behind works such as The Moon and Sixpence, The Human Bondage, and The Razor's Edge. And he wrote many works that deeply explore human nature and desire. Somerset Maugham traveled throughout his life and experienced various cultures, and his works contain deep insights derived from such experiences. The main character of the story, Charles Strickland, is an ordinary stockbroker with a stable job in London. He seems to be a family man and a sincere head of a household. But one day, he suddenly leaves everything behind and goes to Paris. His family and those around him are greatly shocked by his sudden move. The only reason is his desire to paint. Strickland cuts off all social relationships and lives in extreme poverty, painting. However, no one initially recognizes his work, and his ruthless and selfish attitude makes those around him suffer. In particular, the painter Stourbridge, who recognized his talent, understands Strickland's genius, but is tormented by his inhumane side. After that, Strickland leaves for Tahiti, where he marries a native woman and starts a new life. He is isolated from the outside world and devotes himself to painting, eventually dying of an illness. His works are only recognized for their true value after his death. I will explain the novel using the keywords. The first is art and sacrifice. Strickland gives up everything for art. He gives up his family, social relationships, and even a stable life, and devotes himself solely to art. His choice is extreme, and it shows that art can be not just a hobby or a job, but life itself. He realizes what he truly wants and follows that path. However, readers are left wondering whether his sacrifice was worth it, or what effect his irresponsible actions had on those around him. The second is social norms and personal desires. The protagonist follows his personal desires, breaking away from the responsibilities and duties that society demands. In an era when it was important to have a stable family and maintain social status, he resolutely rejects this and chooses a completely different path. In the process, he shows how social norms can suppress individual creativity and freedom. It also raises philosophical questions about whether it is right to follow the roles expected of us by society, or whether following our own desires is a more authentic life. The third is genius and inhumanity. Strickland has outstanding artistic talent, but he is a very cold and indifferent person. He does not consider the feelings of those around him, and is indifferent to the sacrifices of others. This is a characteristic often seen in great geniuses, and presents a dilemma about how to balance art and human morality. The debate over whether his actions were simply selfish or an inevitable result of his artistic genius remains an important topic today. The fourth is the conflict between nature and civilization. Strickland becomes one with nature in Tahiti and engages in creative activities. He lives a primitive life, free from the shackles of civilization. finds true artistic inspiration in nature. This serves as a contrast to the material abundance and spiritual poverty brought about by Western civilization. It suggests that civilization provides stability and development to humans, but at the same time, it can suppress creativity and limit true freedom. Strickland's choice makes us think again about what kind of life we should pursue between civilization and nature. The fifth is the evaluation and time of art. Strickland's work is not recognized by anyone while he is alive, but is recognized as great art after his death. This reflects the reality that many artists are not recognized while alive and only gain fame after death. It shows that art can be recognized for its value transcending time, even if it does not receive immediate public recognition. It also makes us reflect on how the public and critics evaluate art, and how the standards change over time. The Moon and Sixpence is a work that contains deep reflections on art and life. Strickland's extreme life asks what dedication to art means, while also raising concerns about how we should consider social relationships and human emotions. Through Strickland, we think about whether an artist can devote himself to pure creation without compromising with society. It also makes us reflect on what it means for an artistic genius to walk his own path to the end, despite the loneliness and misunderstanding of those around him. How do you interpret this work? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. If you found today's video helpful, please click the like and subscribe buttons. We will continue to come back with more interesting content. Thank you.